Evening, Kent from Kent's Paint Shack back with you again. This time we've got a painting tutorial. It's the first time I've done one in a long time, and I think I need to get a little bit better, but I think it's still pretty good, but it's got, I can get them better and better as I go. What's happened is I got some Wargames Atlantic Age of Chivalry foot knights for Christmas. Made some contact with Wargames Atlantic and said, look, I'd love to build a force and do a few things with it, and just experiment, and then do some games with them as well. So they sent me some figures. The first box I've now painted up. This video's on 12 of the figures that I painted as Knights Templars, and then I painted another 12 as another like retinue of figures of foot, and the next 24 I'm gonna try and paint every single figure different, like in its own gear. You'll find out that this is not a period that I am really kind of knowledgeable about, but I'll just use my painting skills and the old internet to see what we can come up with. So I hope that you like the video. I'll put in the comments, not in the comments, like there's a piece where you can put about the video. I'll put the triads that I've used, and also an affiliate link. So what happens is that if you buy figures and put my affiliate kind of code in, they'll pay me a percentage, and I will take that percentage and I will give it to the Ukraine fund that I'm doing to build tiny homes in Ukraine. So I won't take anything for myself, just put it all to there. So hey, love any comments, especially on this being my first one. If there's something, like, you'll notice that I keep bumping the camera because it was on this side and I changed it to this side, so there's a little bit of like here and there with this, but I think you'll still manage to see what I'm doing and how I get to the figures that you normally just get to see the photos of. If there's something that you like, as I'm going along with these videos and doing different things, there's something you're like, oh, I'd like to know that specific. How do you paint this on their figures, or what did I do to? Because I am converting some of the figures as I'm going, like with a bit of green stuff and bit of chipping and chopping. So yeah, but without further ado, because it's a long video, so just you can feel free to skip through the bits and pieces if you need to. Take care and enjoy the video. Cheers, bye. Okay, so here's just a quick snapshot of the 12, and a little bit of work that I did beforehand with the green stuff. At the very end, there's a whole pile of photos of what the figures look like. So yeah, I hope you really like them, and I hope the tutorial is of some use to you guys. Let me know what you think. Cheers. So here are the paints that you'll be using in the video. I've tried to have all the triads there. The first colour that we'll start with is Lead Belcher, because I forgot to say it in the video. Have fun. All the helmets will, like on this guy, I'll probably leave his helmet because I'll probably paint it a different colour. Yeah, they're just so easy to clip out. I found, sometimes when you clip out miniatures and they the plastic stresses a bit, and you think to yourself later, like maybe on a long spear or something, a sword, and you think, oh, that's going to break later. I didn't get any of that at all. Of course, it pays to have nice sharp tools when you're doing everything, because it helps. But it's also nice when the plastic's just really nice to work with. So whatever they're doing, I hope they just keep up doing exactly the same thing. These knights were really easy to put together, and lots of options for just changing arms out and all that. So I think if you're looking at getting some knights or starting a force, this is not only a great base for it, but just with the sets that they're releasing, I think you're going to get all your options. So there's another one just done. So what I'll do is I'll stop the video there. I'm just going to work away on all the rest, and then when it's dry we'll come back and do a wash. So very cool. Okay, so here we are with the first coat on. Now I cover everything, especially like with these guys. The chainmail is not like a really deep recessed chainmail, so you know, I mean, you could dry brush over it right from the beginning and then just leave it at that. But that's first. I did miss a step. I'm going to dry brush model color silver over top, just to bring out a few highlights before I put the wash on. So I'm just going to get that ready. So I'm just going to dump a bit on the brush and then wipe it off. So move my light a bit. And it's a bit hard with doing it on the camera. Hopefully I've got it right. And just, I mean, you're probably not even going to see it. But you just highlighting some little bits. Yeah. It's very quick. If I did it on the black, you can kind of see that there's just small amounts. I don't want to do it on the black, but maybe you could see there. So it's just going to add just a tiny little bit. So while I've been waiting for it, the paint to dry, I've been working on some of the peasants. So they're just about done. I've got another 2 boxes of these to do, because these are actually a commission. Just happened to turn up after the figures turned up from Wargames Atlantic. They are really enjoying it. They the faces are great, hands are good, which for me is a huge part. If the hands and face don't look any good, for me that's the end of the figure. I wouldn't buy them again, but very nice, very nice. Anyway, so here we have our 50-50 mix, or around about. It's pretty much, you want it so it's got a blue tinge to it. As I said, it's got the null oil and this one here as well. So okay, give it a bit of a shake. I mean, this is all the really easy part. We'll just make sure we don't tip it over. As you can see, I put a little bit of blue tack or sticky putty in there, and I stick my bottle on there. It makes it a little bit harder to tip the bottle over. And we'll just try and get it in frame, and you're just going to cover it pretty much, just everywhere where there is metal, and just move it around so it doesn't pull too heavy. Sword as well. Yeah, make sure it's not got big blobs on the sword. It's really important in your prep work that, especially for those swords, if you leave little lugs of plastic from where you've clipped off and you don't tidy them up, when you start putting washes over, it will highlight those lugs. So it's actually worthwhile spending time. First one done. Okay, so here's a figure. Let me tap it, see if I can get it. So here's a figure that's had the wash on it. If you want a darker armour, just wash it twice. Hopefully I've got enough on here, and you can actually see it. Probably too much. Sorry, I'm bumping the camera there. So the idea is just to highlight it out a little bit. Bring the armour back up. Edges of the sword there. Sorry. So maybe I should zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I've just redone my setup a bit because I couldn't actually see the figure because of the phone. So I've just changed my water, or refreshed it, because when you're painting metals, you don't want to then use that water when you're painting your other colours, because just stuff can migrate across and you just don't want that to happen. So there's not a hang of a lot of flesh in these guys. Now, unlike a lot of you young chaps, I've been painting for 20 years and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. So normally when I'm doing this, well, I wouldn't say this is finer stuff, trying to get into that part. Okay, so we're back here again. I've got obviously blacked and everything again, and put the flesh base on, which is now dry. I've got the wrong brush in my hand. This is my one that I was doing the eyes inside a helmet just before. Well, not the eyes, but you know, just a small bit. I'm just going to change my brush out because this guy's got a little bit more skin than the other one. Sorry about the camera moving. I'm bumping it. So this one's still blocking in quite a bit. There are some ears in here, so I better fix that up. I just painted a version of this using my magnifying glass, so the ears are a little bit better on that one. I might just zoom out just a little bit, hey? I'm not sure whether this video will get used or not. It's just been on whether you can actually see anything. This is a bit of a test run. Hopefully. So I stopped painting eyes years ago. My eyes just aren't good enough for that anymore to see the eyes and do them well. I think if you can't paint them nicely, don't paint them at all. Just missing a little bit in there. So it still has one more coat needed. So the one that I did before is there. Just see that the ear on here is not very pronounced on the miniature, so you just paint it in and paint it like the ear's there. That's the thing you do. If something's not there, but it's supposed to be, it's not that it's not there, it's just very small amount of it. Is right. So that's that. I'll just stop. Okay, so we've got a belt across here and a belt across there. There's so when you paint, you want to follow the fabric direction, if you can. But if you follow it all the time, so I've done some downstrokes there. I'm going to just do some slightly angled, still down there, and same across the top of the buttocks. Now follow that down, and that down on the other side. Down, leave a little bit between going down, and then we're just going to block that in by going like that. There. Because we've got to remember this is fabric, so it's going to have like a little bit of texture to it. So if you just solidly block it in, it's not going to look right. Okay, so that'll look pretty much, I don't know, it probably looks pretty much the same on camera than the black did. It's not until you really put the next, just putting a bit in behind there. Right, so that's one. Let's grab a different one. Let's grab I did have his helmet to do, but I'll go back on that one. Okay, so let's see if we can brighten that up just a smidge. I'm just gonna paint the rim of his helmet. And then I'll just, so it's, I've just left a little bit of the black around where the rim was and there. And here I'm going to just do a couple of strokes sideways. And the same here. I'm just going to try and not fill in the holes on his face here. So almost like a dry brushy type thing. So I mean, I've already used up most of the paint off the brush at that stage painting the rest of it. Now, rather than, there's a couple of dots here, here and here. I'll bring those out a bit more with the next colour. Okay, so since we've got a shield here on the back, I didn't show you, I'm just going to go around the top edge and then around the side. I've got a wee bit of paint on my paintbrush at this stage, so, and then like that. Okay, and then I'm going to just block in a bit there at the top, and then I'm going to do some angly bits and a couple of down strokes either side. Okay, so it's not flat black, but now it's not completely grey. It might look a bit messy at this stage, but it will have dark grey over top, and then it'll have a cross on it as well. I don't know what happened, but I don't normally have the issue where the paint bubbled a bit on the shields. So I managed to fix most of them, but there'll be I mean, only probably I'll see it, or you'll see it on camera. Okay, so once again, these ones are very prominent down strokes there. I'm going to just go on a bit of an angle there, and then we're going to follow that through to that bit, to there, and then we're going to kind of come down again there, so come down on that bit, and then here we're going to go just leaving a few wee lines there. Okay, so I catch the edge. I mean, I've got plenty of paint on my brush at this stage. I'm just going to follow there's a wee bit of kind of dips and bits in the fabric there. I mean, it really doesn't matter if you don't do this, but a lot of people say, you know, black's quite hard, but I find if you use your black, your German grey, it actually isn't too hard as you think. It's like yellow. You know, I've got a process for painting yellow that we'll look at on another miniature at some stage. To do with the same kind of guys, but I'll do a yellow guy. Just because a lot of people say that there's some issues. So I'm going to do like gold down here and across the top of his eye opening. So that's why I haven't touched that up with the black. I think we've just about caught everything we need to do on there. So you can see with the shield, I put a bit much paint on here, so it's going to take a bit for that to dry, but it'll still be fine. Okay, so we'll just stop there. I'll blacken the rest of them and come back. Let's just move that back there. Just going to move it a bit closer to myself. Okay, let's see if I can do a bit better on this one. And what it is that I've got my arm extended a lot further than I normally would in painting this. It's almost like an upside down L that you're painting there. There we go. What's that one? Just see what else I've got in the faces. There wasn't too many in these guys. So once again, nose, eyebrows, forehead, upper lip. I think the lower lip will get painted out, but we'll put it in there and just see if we catch a little bit of it that stays. It's a bit of a warm day here, so the paints are drying out a bit faster than normal. I am using a small paintbrush here. Okay. Righty ho, that's the third layer of flesh. Okay, so it's dry now, so we'll just give them a bit of a wash. Now you want to put it on and then you want to get it off kind of as quick as you can because it will dry. And so it's as simple as that. Yeah, once that's dry, nice and flat. Now here's the thing, as I mentioned before, if there's any little lugs and things on here, when you wash it, it will highlight every little piece. So that's why it's so important to. I use this. It's a Citadel scraper, and I scrape off all the little lugs. You can use a sharp knife blade as well, just to get rid of all those little extra bits and pieces. It's worth taking the time to do it. Right. I'll just do one more. The reason I do the wash last is it just ties all the colours in and it flattens them all together. I know when you put a little wee matte varnish over top, it's even better. But yeah, it's as simple as that. And this is ultra close up, so it looks way better when you pull it back and you look at your miniature. Yeah, done. Okie dokie. So here we go. This is dark grey. Just doing around the corner, collar, sorry, and a few little folds of the fabric. I don't want to obviously do too much of this one. And just kind of following the steps that we did before. I'm sorry if you can't see this very well. Hopefully you can. I've actually just finished all the rest before I did this one. Obviously you can see there's not a hang of a lot on it. What I'll do is I'm just going to wash the backs of all the shields with I think it's sepia wash, if I remember rightly, and do all that, and then I'll excuse me, I'm just thinking just what I'm doing, and then I'll do some not on this figure. Yeah, I'll just paint paint in here, and also do some belts and stuff. So some of the belts I put on with green stuff. I haven't done a lot in a while. This one here turned out really thick, but some of them came out about right. So that one there is come out quite well. Gee, we're starting to get there. Okay, so this time, rather than paint a whole pile just in front of you, I'll just show you what I've done. So this one has the gold on it, which is scale 75. That one there. And it has Rhinox hide on, Citadel Rhinox hide on the belt on this. The shield has had the sepia wash over it, which you can kind of see. You can do 2 washes if you want, to make it just a little bit darker. So that's the first coat. I don't know if you can see, but this one here has the belt done in German dark brown, because that will have a different finish on it. And the padded armour has US field drab on that one. It has the German dark brown on 2, and it has the Rhinox hide on 1. I believe that is all I've done. Oh, all the wood has the Rhinox hide on it. Everything that's going to be wood. Okay, right, and that's about that. So the peasants are just about all complete. I've been doing a bit of working on the bases. I wrecked one shield on these guys, not this one, but I opened my silver, didn't realise that I got silver on my finger, and I got it all down one side of the shield, so I blackened that side to start that part again. So anyway, that's the update on there. I will now do the next layer on all those bits and pieces. Cheers. Okay, so we're back, but I just thought I would show you this. The second layer on the Rhinox hide is Doombull Brown from Citadel, and when I paint down here, down the scabbard, I kind of do it like that, and then down the front, just a wee line, and down the back, which I'm going to tip it over because it's easier, down there. And then when I put the next layer of paint on, you'd be just doing down here. So let me just zoom out a fraction. Okay, so the wood has flat earth on it. The dark German brown has German camo brown on it. This is the Villagio paints. The Rhinox hide has the Doombull brown on it, and the I haven't done this one yet. That's the US field drab, will have green ochre on it. Must do that one. And where's one? This is the other one. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so this guy here, zoom back in, he has his, the dark German brown has the medium camo brown on there, and that will have US field drab on as the final highlight on there. And the that paint has, I think it's leather on the strap. It'll have leather, red leather. It's just that the bit of paper has come off. Look. Had that one for a while. Righty ho. We'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a little bit more. So it's got the red leather on top of this one. On that one there, we've got German camo beige is the base for the cross. then some stone grey, and then deck tan. On the little crosses, I've gone straight from the German camo to the deck tan. I might do a silver grey highlight on those yet. On the buckles is the same silver that I started with the it's airbrush silver from Vallejo. On the, where is a good one to show? On the belts on here, we've got the US field drab. This one here is the one that I'd missed off to start with, and it has green ochre and then dark sand on that one. I'm going to do the dark German camo brown triad for that. So I'll just put a few so you can see what I've been kind of doing today. There's another one. This one here. So on this one here, on the figure, I chopped off the wee nub on his hand to put the shield on, and then I did a little wee ball of green stuff and stuck it on the top for the top of the sword, because there was nothing there. I mean, put a sword in and put that in there, and then put the shield on his back instead of on his hand. I thought that was a nice kind of way to do it. This is one that I used green stuff to put the strap around his body to his back, and put the shield once again on his back. So pretty much I think there's one that I didn't put a shield on his back, but other than that, I if there was no strap, I put a strap on and then put a shield on. Here's another one here. I'll do better shots of them obviously later. Yeah, I've got to finish a few bits there, but the only guy that has a beard is this one, as I showed before, so it's had one colour, and I'll just quickly put the next colour on and continue for a few more minutes before I've got to make dinner. So cheers. Okie dokie. So I ended up putting a little bit of silver grey on top of the white on the shield. I might put some on the rest later. What we got here now is, for the wood, is 50-50 German camo orange and and new wood, Panzer Ace's new wood. Let's just see if I can, and we're just gonna add a little bit of texture. So this is it's actually the fourth layer, because we had actually, I don't tell the truth, did I did yeah, no, it's the third layer, sorry. Sometimes I'll do 4, sometimes I'll do 3. So sometimes I'll do the new wood as the third layer after the flat earth. In this case, I've just made it the 3. I think with the black, I don't think I need the wood grain to stand out quite as much. So with this guy here, this was a double-handed sword arm, which I cut this top of the sword off, or at the hand just here, and then I drilled it out and put a spear in from a different set. Actually, I think it was a pike that I cut off. It's either a pike or it might have been a spear, because I wanted somebody had maybe picked up a spear and was holding the spear. So it just worked out perfectly. So it's a double-handed sword. Just chop the top of the where the hand was meeting the pommel of the sword. So this is probably all all I'll end up getting done today, which is not too bad. Got to make some dinner before my wife gets home. When I started this morning at 9 o'clock and it's now 5:23, so it's been a decent day's painting. Working with the camera to start with was slowing me down. That's why I had to kind of do it a little bit different near the, I don't know, it was like halfway through when I changed. Maybe a little bit further through. One more and that's all the wood. So this is half a box set. And once I'm finished, then I'll do a double check and make sure I haven't missed anything or there's not a little bit of silver hanging around that shouldn't be. But yeah, they're getting pretty close to completion now. Quite happy with them. Very, very nice models. So if you're thinking of buying some of the foot knights, the peasants, or the foot sergeants, I'd say go for it. I mean, these ones are for me. They'll be part of my little force that I'm building, and I'm really pleased with them. They've come up a treat. And I think when you see the close-up photos of them, you'll agree they're just stunning figures. I'm going to put a link in. If you're thinking of buying them, if you buy with my link, I get a little bit of a kickback, but I'm going to take that kickback and I'm going to donate it to the fundraiser that I'm doing for Ukraine to build tiny homes. So yeah, if you end up buying soldiers with the link that I use, you'll be funding the building of tiny homes. It might be only a little bit, but every little bit counts, and I would really appreciate that. So I finished the beard of this guy. See if we can get some nice focus. So yeah, really pleased with how he's turned out. So I hope this has been useful. I'll link all the paints in their triads that I have used, and let me know what you think. Let me know whether you're going to buy some figures and enjoy them. Cheers, bye.